Good afternoon, hockey fans, and welcome to MC Media's continuing coverage of the 2023 Timber Mart Cup High School Men's Final. Not final, high school tournament. High school tournament. Sorry about that, hockey tournament. Stumbling over my words. Sorry about that, everybody. Our next matchup, the Bayview Sharks versus the Digby Mariners. This is an important game for Bayview, who I think on paper certainly would be favored to win this. They're a city team that is third in their Tier 1 with a record of 10 wins, 6 losses, and 2 overtime losses. And the Mariners are in 5th spot in the Western Division of the Valley High School Hockey League. The Digby Mariners have been short-staffed between injuries, suspensions, and I think some lobster fishing. There's the trifecta of things that take kids away from you. My name's David Doucette. With me today is my partner, Jeff Holmes. And Jeff, what's the letter of the day?
Letter of the day right now is P. P for puck control, passing, and power plays. For Digby to be successful here, they're going to have to get some puck control. They're going to have to get control of the puck, be able to move the puck up the ice a little bit here via the pass. And again, power plays are always important. You wind up having some opportunities on the power play. If either of these teams have some opportunities, you want to get some goals there. Wind up having Tantallon, who plays in the Metro League, and again, we're expecting them to be one of the top teams in this tournament. No surprise on that side. Digby here, again, a little short-staffed. We'll see how they can work things out here, but again, really important for them to be able to establish some puck control, some presence in the offensive zone of Bayview.
Full credit to Digby in this tournament. They've been short-staffed, short-playered, if you will, for a little bit. First game of the tournament, they played West Kings and lost 4-2. Right in that game to the end, they pushed Yarmouth right to the brink here earlier today with a 4-3 loss. So a pair of losses, but in both games. Bayview, on the other hand, earlier today, a big defeat of Barrington 10-0. But yesterday, in their sole game, a 3-1 loss to West Kings, which I think opened a lot of people's eyes as to you can't just go by what you think you're going to see on paper and what you think is going to happen, as West Kings played a phenomenal game and their goaltender played really well, and they took the heavily favored Bayview Sharks out of their own element and won the game. I mean, Bayview, formerly, Sir Johnny McDonald has won this tournament a number of times. Sir Johnny has won it in 2013, 15, and 19, and then after the changeover to Bayview in 2021. So they've had 4 championships in Cook's Cup / Timber Cup. When you're looking at points, and we kind of say this a lot of times through this, just in case you're new to joining us, every period's worth something here. So there's 5 points up for grab in every single game. 1 point per period and 2 points for the final and the win. Ties are ties, so if, for instance, if no team scores in the first period, that's a half a point for each. Those points come into play because it's not an actual round robin. There's a round robin part of the tournament, but not everybody plays everybody else, and so as a result of that, you have to have points that are coming up. And for Bayview, so Digby's out of it already with 2 losses and only 2 points, but Bayview 1-1 has 5.5 points. Up ahead of them, we have Yarmouth with 2 wins and no losses with 8.5 points, and West Kings with 2 wins and no losses with 9 points. Now, Yarmouth plays West Kings later. All Bayview can do is take care of their own, try to run the board for points in this game, and if they can do that, they'll get up to 10.5 and be in a position to have to sit and wait and what happens in the Yarmouth-West Kings game to see whether or not they advance.
My first look at the Bayview Sharks here, and again, you wind up looking at the warm-ups here. Physically looks like a pretty good-sized hockey club. So we'll be interested to see how we wind up doing along the wall here, whether you can wind up establishing a physical presence as well, being able to control the puck, move the puck along the wall.
2 different Bayview teams, too. In the first game, they were a lot more individual. There was a lot of open ice skating, not trying to work as a team, but working individual. And they were defensively played very well by West Kings, who took them out of what they would like to be doing. And West Kings took advantage of the opportunities that they had because Bayview outshot them, but West Kings shut them out. The game this morning, however, against Barrington, it looked like the real Bayview team that came to play. and they just totally took over the game from start to finish against the Barrington Barons. I fully expect that Bayview team to show up again in this game. It's just going to be a matter of whether or not the goaltending for the Digby Mariners, which has kept them in every single game in this tournament so far, will continue to be as strong as it has been. First thing Digby's going to have to do is send somebody else out on the ice. There we go.
Don't want to play one man down to start with.
That's right, not right away. Bayview gets the puck. Chopping it in is Rideout. Stopped at the line. That's Rivera with it. There's a shot. Then there's an opening goal right away from number 16, Elijah Rivera. 10 seconds into the game, and you can't start any worse if you're the Digby Mariners.
Unfortunately, no. Good puck control there by Bayview. Wound up taking it in the high slot, and it was a good shot, but it did look in that particular position that Amiro really wasn't ready for that one. First shot, first goal, 1-0 Bayview.
Coming back in again. Again, it's Keefe. Check that. That's Rideout. Rideout behind the net. Passes it in front. Misses the first person, but Reeves throws it back to the point. Shot from the point. Pad save. Rebound cleared aside nicely by Titus. Titus comes in, gets it again. Tries to go up along the glass. Rivera fighting for it, but instead bringing it out and cleaning or getting out of the zone is Longmire. Longmire, a very important part of this Mariners team, as we were calling his name consistently against the Yarmouth Vikings earlier today. Coming back the other way, that's Van Tassel getting it over to Murphy. Murphy's throws it down the ice for an icing, looking to chip it off the boards. Got a little too heavy on that. So with 14:01, the face-off will come right back into the Mariner end.
With a skilled Bayview team, certainly Digby, when they wind up having the turnovers, you're going to want to be able to move the puck quickly. And if they can move the puck quickly via the pass, get going in the other direction, maybe they'll have some offensive opportunities.
Face-off, back to the point. One-timer off of the leg of his own player, number 11, Mansfield. Digby comes out, lead pass looking for Longmire. He can't get it. Back at the point, chipped off the boards to Longmire. Longmire gets it back to the point to Ord, but he loses control. Breaking back out is Murphy. Coming forward, and Digby with some numbers coming back the other way. Getting back very well, though, are the Bayview Sharks. That's Andrew George carrying the puck up. Makes a nice move to the middle, comes in, passes it over. Oh, one-timer. Attempt by Mansfield, and it just slides off the end of his stick. That shot sails high. Morrison keeps it on the other end. Hard along the boards, still keeps it in, holding the blue line nicely, back into the corner. Bayview in control, no wraparound attempt. Well defended there along the by Height. Coming back the other way, that's Murphy. Murphy reverses it, looking for Elderkin along the boards. Elderkin picks it up, gets it to the blue line, but is outskated to the puck nicely by Mason Murphy. Andrew George chips it up. Bayview makes some changes, and Digby retreats into their end. That long pass up to Weir goes off of his stick. Bayview has to wait to tag up before setting up the forechecking. Spinning around his net twice is Ord, trying to lose the forechecker, loses the puck to McNeil. Ord takes him out, but McNeil still comes away with it. Chipping the pass over, it's knocked down. Still good forechecking by Bayview. Morrison has it. Down low to Abide. Abide taken out of the play after making the pass. Depew from the point, redirected in front and off a leg and wide. Nice redirection. Back to the point again to Keefe. Keefe with a shot, score!
Looks like that one climbed up over Amiro.
And I might have been redirected based on his reaction. It's looking like number 3, Alex McNeil, might have redirected that puck. And yes, he's the one getting the high fives first.
Here we wind up seeing it on the replay. Puck coming out from the boards. Looks like it's redirected up and over top of Amiro for the second goal for Bayview.
Nothing that Harris can do on that. A redirection right in front of him that climbs over his shoulder. He's still got a little piece of, but it still made it in. Rivera, great speed. Knocked off the puck just enough to not get the shot away. until he was right beside the net. Back to the point, Morrison fires it around. Titus will gather it for Digby. He'll try to careen it around the boards, but Depew shoots it. Another redirect attempt by McNeil. If it works once, why not twice? McNeil takes the Digby player out. Bayview gets control of the puck. Nice move to get around the winger. Second move doesn't work. Digby has some numbers now. Checked off nicely against the boards, though, Manzer is.
Took a good angle to be able to take him out right along the boards there.
Coming back in, pass up the middle. Intercepted, but Abide comes and throws it in deep. Cameron Titus in the corner. Throws it around the boards for Height. Height circles back, tries to get it back to Titus. It skips over his stick, and Andrew George will collect it in the center zone. Coming back the other way now is Doward. Doward has a drop pass and is taken out heavily by Cameron Titus. Solid check along the boards, made a big bang too.
Talked about physicality, and certainly Bayview likes to establish the physicality early in the hockey game. They've had some good control in the Digby zone. The Mariners would like to be able to get a face-off here, see if they can control the puck, get some movement up into the offensive zone.
Face-off controlled once again by the Sharks. Right out, spins around, loses the puck to Titus. Titus moves away from one forecheck, is spinning around, trying to gain himself some room. Throws it up the boards to Height. Height back to Titus. Titus rings it around the other way. Trying to avoid the check is Weir. He does, but can't get the puck. Still fighting for it, and finally gets it to Longmire. Longmire one-on-one, has some speed, makes the move at the blue line, and had he continued on, I think it would have been offside.
Real nice play by number 7, Andrew George, there to be able to take the puck off. Again, it appears right now that Bayview really takes some good angles when they're playing in their defensive zone, be able to take the puck off or to drive the Digby players wide, sometimes into the boards.
As we saw earlier with our Par-En-Bas game, especially in the first 25 minutes of that game, a decent size, good forechecking, and using their physicality much like the Sharks did. And it could very well, depending on what happens, become a Sharks playoff round at some point. Held in, dumped high and up off the mesh, so that's going to be a face-off outside the blue line with 9:45 to go. Shots on net 6-0 in favor of the Bayview Sharks. We have a late goaltender coming on, Eric Dickey. I don't know if he had gone off earlier or if he was just hanging out in the dressing room for a while, but he is now on the bench. Maybe he had a little equipment fix to do back in the dressing room. Back to the point to Depew. Depew with another redirect attempt, and that seems to be what Bayview's attempting to do. It worked for that one goal. That time it was Mansfield with a high slot deflection, but it went well over the net.
Face-off, so important in your defensive zone if you can wind up establishing some control through the face-off for Digby.
Breaking around is Abide. Back the corner, rebound pass. Nice save by Amiro. Bang, bang play, a little give and go with Abide. He did the one-timer in front, but Amiro was able to get the pad down and make a save. Ord breaks it out, chips it forward, and chases after it. That could have been dangerous. He stayed on his feet, luckily, for Bayview, or it might have been a push from behind going into the boards, which was a very dangerous play, as both players were going at full speed towards the net. Alex McNeil, all by himself, chips it in and peels away for the substitution. Manzer. Titus back again. They'd be a little slow getting out of their own end. It's a shame because Bayview was making changes. That's Longmire again. Tries to go through the skates. Doesn't quite work. Broderick comes back for Bayview. Broderick gives it up to Rivera. Rivera with big speed. Comes around, takes a shot. Save. Rebound behind the net. Cleared away nicely by Titus. Coming back is Bayview. Shot, score! Number 8, Declan Kearney, grabs the loose puck in front of the net, hangs onto it, and goes upstairs for the 3rd goal of the first period.
Good individual effort there by Bayview, able to bring the puck right out in front of the net. Here we wind up seeing it on the replay. Gets the puck and winds up, goes out. Is able to go up high over top of the mural.
Trying to chip it forward. And sorry about that. I had number 8, Declan Amiro. It was actually Kearney. It was number 9, Aiden Broderick. Here's another attempt, then another goal. And it's Elijah Rivera with, I believe, his second. Didn't he get the first goal as well, Rivera?
Yeah.
So that's goal number 4 as Bayview is piling it on in the first period.
Digby's got to get their legs underneath of them here. 4-0 in the first.
Not even halfway through the
7
first.
minutes of the first period.
Back to Ord. Off the boards. Chipped out. Doward's going to retrieve the puck for the Sharks. Comes to the near side to Murphy. Murphy's going to slide it in to the goaltender, who plays it hard off the glass. Well, it was going to be off the glass. It was knocked down. Back to the point. There's a one-timer that goes wide. Weir picks the puck up on the other side. He's pushed off the puck. Tries to get it out. Can't. Bayview gets it back into the corner. Ord. Both teams fighting for it. Back behind the net. It comes loose. Digby gets it. Sliding around to Elderkin. Elderkin on his backhand will get the puck out. They're going to make that no icing. Josh Morrison will retrieve the puck in his own end. Uses his body to fight off the forecheck. Still carrying it down. Nice pass up the middle. And that's Rivera again with good speed. There's a shot, and that one goes off of Murphy's stick up into the mesh for a whistle. Just under 7 minutes to go in the first period.
Bayview are able to carry their speed all the way through the zone, through the neutral zone, into the offensive zone, get a good shot on goal. Expect maybe Digby might step up a little bit into the red line area, see if they can't slow down the Bayview Sharks.
And you've got to think that with their short bench, they've got exactly 2 lines. If anything, they're going to get more tired as the game progresses. That was a nice save by Amiro. That was redirected into his pads, and he closed them up, did not give up a rebound.
And expecting that he will cover exactly for that reason. You only wind up having 2 lines. Give him a break.
And as we saw in the other game, one of our earlier games, you can very easily get stuck, and it was that Digby game. You can get stuck in your own end, especially in the second period when it's a long change. And, hard to recover from those when you're on there for 2.5 minutes and you only have 2 lines. Bayview keeps it in. Longmire scoots it up over to Bohaker. Bohaker to Manzer. Manzer will chip it in deep. Coming back the other way is Reeves. Reeves up the line to McNeil. Goes off of his stick and down the ice. Titus is going to get there first. He'll stop. Bayview backing off a little bit as they're making changes. Lead pass up the middle, nicely up through to Longmire. Longmire stops as he saw right out bearing down on him.
They haven't been able to carry the same speed, the Digby Mariners, into the zone that Bayview has so far.
Back around the boards, that's Manzer. Trying to dig it in deep. Him and Longmire will log a lot of minutes. Pass over to Depew. Depew goes up the boards, coming back for it nicely, but then stepping on the puck. Nothing hurt but his pride. He gives it up, and losing an edge again is Depew. Picks the puck up again, has some room. There's a shot. And that goes off the arm, I think, and wide. Digby. Manzer on the one side. It's going to reverse it. Coming back. Titus has it. Gets away from one forechecker. Rink wide pass, skips over a stick. It's going to go all the way down the ice. And that will be an icing with 4:53 to go in the first period.
That's where Digby would like to sharpen up a little bit. If they can get the puck behind the net, make that first pass out, carry some speed into the neutral zone, then eventually into the offensive zone. Even if you're going to chip it in, you want to be able to carry some speed in there to get onto the forecheck, get some control in the offensive zone.
I think the early forechecking, though, by Bayview has stymied Digby. And let's face it, they're tired. They've been short-manned for the entire tournament. And they've kind of peeled away from what could be contact, as some early physicality by Digby has kind of made them a little gun-shy.
And I'd said, as we were looking at the start of the hockey game, Bayview, a big team.
Yes.
You know, big team, carrying a full bench. Not surprised that they were establishing a little bit of a physical presence. Here we wind up making the save. The puck's just sitting there for a while. Amiro able to get the pad over to make the second save.
Reeves with a shot through the point, redirected. Nice save by Amiro. Titus chips at it, trying to get it up to Manzer. Manzer reverses it, but loses the puck. Fighting hard in the corner against Mansfield. Manzer does come away with it. Sliding it over, nobody there for Digby. Gets back to the point to Reeves. Reeves with a shot, redirected just wide. Nice redirect attempt. Back into the corner. Pass in front just off of a stick, and that's going to clear the zone for Digby. Morrison back in his own end will reset for Bayview. That pass jumps over a stick, but goes off of the stick of Brock Ord, so there's going to be no icing. Ward puts it up through the middle. Longmire makes a nice move. Another nice move to get away from two players. Carries the puck in. Drop pass off to Height. Height flips it in deep, looking for Longmire behind the net. Longmire chips it back towards the front of the net, but not much on that. Needed to have a little more on it in hopes of skipping by a few players to get towards the goaltender. Digby still looking for their first shot on net here with 3 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Andrew George, sharp angle, goes across, score! George to Bailey Abide with a beautiful goal by Bayview.
Nice pass from down low. Put it right on the stick, and here we're going to wind up seeing it on the replay. As he goes low, sees his teammate coming over. Beautiful tip right into the goal for a 5-0 lead for the Bayview Sharks.
Another face-off win. Back to George, goes cross ice and down the ice. Skating hard for it is Doward. He'll get there first. Back to the point, George. George with a shot, that goes off of a stick. Weir's going to try to chase down Keefe, but Keefe's going to get there first, and he'll slide it over to George. George overskates it, and Keefe puts some pressure on him. Back behind the net, good forechecking work there by Brian Weir. Bayview chips it out just to clear the zone. Slowly getting through the puck is Cameron Titus. He'll go behind the net to Elderkin. Elderkin reverses it back to Titus. Titus keeps it going along to Manzer. Nothing in the legs for Digby, and we are only 2 minutes into the 2 minutes go in period one.
And that's where you would like to see them being able to move the puck out on the first couple of passes.
Big shot by number 16, Elijah Rivera, who already has 2 goals today, but a nice save by Jackson Amiro.
It was when the puck got remersed back around. It just allowed Bayview to get set up on their forecheck.
I think that puck went right up his arm. They're going to have to dig it out of his sleeve. There it is.
There we go.
It's the magic trick. Nothing up my sleeve. Once again, face-off win by Bayview. There's a shot. That doesn't get through. Good work by Longmire, holding up. He'll go cross ice. This is where Digby's had problems, though. When they've reversed it, they haven't carried enough speed to actually get the puck outside of their own end. At least this time, they do get it down the ice.
And Bayview gets aggressive, and they wind up sending 2 to 3 people deep.
And until you can prove that they shouldn't do it, they'll do it. Broderick gets the puck up nicely to Rideout. Rideout passes in front, and then another, it was a goal, wasn't it? I was kind of looking down.
I think the puck
went up into the mesh.
Yeah, it went up into the mesh.
because, and good on Bayview, they realize what this game is like. Shots on net, 14-0. They already have 5 goals. Even after the last one, they're not going over, they're not celebrating, they're not doing the high fives at the bench. Pretty early in the game for that to happen, but that's what we've got in this game, folks. Bayview again, sliding it in front. Breaking in from the points, Broderick. Looking for the return pass. It's going to go right into the blue paint, and Amiro will cover it up. The thing for Bayview right now, although it doesn't matter so much for the last minute, 24, they want to keep the good, they want to do the good things. They don't.
Oh, you want to have good habits. You want to keep those things going forward, as well as, again, in these games, while, you know, it's pretty clear they're going to wind up winning this period 5-0. What happens is goal differential can play something down the line as well. So, you know, it's one thing about not piling it on, but you still have to continue to play.
That's the thing about tournament play, right? And it's not just that, but Bayview is great. They're going to get their full point for this period. They have to make sure that they score in every period. And the way things are going, we'd have to assume, unless Digby has a complete 360 or 180, I guess 360 is a circle, a complete 180, that in the third period, it's going to be running time. With running time, you have less opportunity from a time perspective to score goals. And if you're looking to get every single point out of this, which Bayview certainly needs to do with Yarmouth and West Kings on their heels, looking to also get in one of those top 2 positions, they have to actually pile it on, unfortunately.
Well, you got to have a big win. You've got to have a big win, that's for sure.
And you're right. If it comes down to 2 teams, maybe in second and third, that have the exact same points, well, then you're going into all kinds of goals for and against differentials. And unfortunately for Digby in that case, Bayview wants to pile it on because they want to have that advantage if it goes to a tiebreaker.
And what you're telling your kids you're not trying to take advantage of anybody. You're just trying to continue to play good hockey. And again, play good hockey with good habits.
So the first tiebreaker, I'm looking it up. I've got the thing here. After you get through with points, the highest percentage method, which is goals for over top of total of goals for and against. And a high percentage, so the more goals you've got in your numerator, sorry to bring math into it out there, folks. I'll try not to do it too much. "14 seconds left in the period. Doward stops, back to the point. Digby's going to get it to chip it out, and that's going to finish off the period with only 2 seconds to go. Bayview's going to be happy to carry forward the last 54 seconds of the power play into period number 2. After one period, the score of the Bayview Sharks 5, the Digby Mariners no score. Shots on net 16-0. We're seeing some replays of, I think, the last goal, or maybe it's a bunch of the goals of the period. It is. It's the goals of the period so far.
And as we started the hockey game, I mentioned about the fact that for Digby to be successful, they had to get some puck control, and they really haven't been able to do that. Bayview has been able to get control of the puck. Once they're in the zone, they can put pressure on, and, you know, they've come away with 5 goals. I mean, certainly when you wind up seeing the disparity, and we've seen this before in some of the games, a shots disparity, but, you know, you're not going to be able to score if you don't wind up getting shots on goal for Digby. So what they'd like to do is, once they wind up establishing some control of the puck in their defensive zone, they're going to move that puck quicker via the pass to get out, get some offensive opportunities.
But to make matters worse, as we said, 54 seconds into the second period is going to be the continuation of the tripping penalty against Manzer. Digby unable to get that first one down, but Titus is going to grab the puck, loses control, gets the puck just outside. Regrouping is Abide. He picks up speed, gains the blue line, cuts towards the middle. Pass in front, goes off of a stick, and Digby gets there in time and fires it just off the glass by the penalty box down the ice. Coming back the other way now is Moore. Check that. That's Rivera again. Rivera goes cross ice off of a stick. Second attempt cross ice. Beautiful pass. There's a shot. Nice save by Amiro, and the puck skips over the top of McNeil's stick as he's looking to bang in the rebound. Rivera comes in again. Snapshot, glove save, Amiro.
Good job by Sam Kite from Digby there. What happened, it looked like the Bayview player was going to try to use him as a screen. He just kind of moved himself out of the way, made sure that Jackson Amiro was going to be able to see the puck, and he made an easy save.
Power play over now. With everything that's happened, there's a plus for Digby. They killed the power play against a team that has been dominating them 5-on-5. Ord with it. Not realizing he needed to tag up was number 9, Aiden Broderick. Digby still just gets the puck to center ice and is brought right back in by Rivera. Rivera carries speed down low, gets around 2 defensemen. Spins around nicely with the puck, though. Still getting chipped at it. Walks the red line and slides it over to Keefe, who gets it down low to Rideout. Back into the corner, Rideout looking at the return pass. Rivera's got it. There's a shot. Snapper just wide. Going top shelf and just missed. Rideout throws it in deep. Digby just going to throw that up in the air, looking for Weir, trying to just get themselves out of their own zone. Once again, with this type of pressure, it could be hard for the Mariners to even make a change unless there is a whistle or a goal. Well, and with a goal, there'd be a whistle. Coming back the other way is Rideout. Rideout behind the net, making changes while keeping the puck in the Digby end is Bayview. Picking that pass off is Doward. Doward loses it in the corner. Up along the boards to Depew. Depew tries to go against the boards and gets it by Weir. That pass over to the far side. There's a shot, score! Mansfield picks up the puck, gathers it in, looks for his spot, and finds the net for goal number 6, first one of this period for the Bayview Sharks.
Pretty much all alone there in the corner, able to collect the puck, make a nice shot, make this 6-0 as we wind up seeing it on the replay. Puck comes to him all alone. He is able to make a nice shot there. We have a 6-0 lead.
Bayview cross ice. That one's going to be fired in. Getting there first is going to be Doward. Still has it. Looking in front, man wide open, nobody marking. Number 14, Mason Murphy in front. He's still sitting there. Coming back to Morrison. Morrison throws it in deep. Mansfield will go behind the net. Chips it forward to his own player. Back to the point. Wrist shot from far away, just slides wide. Pinching in Morrison. Digby's going to get the puck. Back to the point, but not out. Depew has it. Comes in, takes a shot. Save, rebound. Stretching out for Zamiro, and he makes the second save.
And Digby just seems to be trying to chip it out. They're not really trying to manage any counterattack.
They're dead on their feet. That shot knocked down. Bayview has it. Pass in front. There's a shot. Save. Rebound. Another big save by Amiro, who's Hasek-like scrambling on his back, flipping the pads up to make the save.
Swimming like a shark there.
Coming back. Bohaker gets the puck into the end. Depew behind his own net for the Sharks. Slides it up to Murphy. Murphy with a lead pass looking for Rivera, just out of reach, bringing it in instead is Abide. Abide tries to slide it over to Rivera, but is just out of reach. Back to the point. Good active stick by Manzer, able to redirect that pass that was going into the slot. Bayview fires it around. They'll gather it along the near side. Abide throws it in deep, looking for McNeil. Bohaker's going to get there. Gets a return pass. It's almost like hot potato, it seems, in the Digby end. Nobody really wants to play much with it. They're looking to just chip it to somebody else. Manzer, once again, behind the net. Titus has a little bit of room. Skates through. One check, chips it forward. Nice move by Titus to get by a couple of the Sharks players. Loses it in the corner, but now he's going to go off for a change.
And nobody ahead of him, nobody with him at all, no support there.
George with it. Tries to slide a pass over. It's knocked down nicely by Longmire. That pass goes off a stick, back to the point. Shot from the point, pad save, rebound coming from the other side to Abide. He doesn't take the shot, instead gets hit in the corner. Pass in front, all by himself, quick shot just wide, and that's Rivera looking for the Hattie. Longmire loses control, follows up by Manzer. Longmire has it. Goes cross ice, makes a nice pass over to Ord. Just offside, though. Digby couldn't get back. 9-20. Sorry, go ahead, Jeff.
Unfortunately for Digby, really, Longmire is much of their offense. When he gets the puck, he does have the speed and some really nifty moves to be able to get into the Bayview zone. But all alone is hard to do it by yourself.
Digby gets the puck, throws it in deep, skating in after it is Weir. The Sharks go D to D, sliding up to Broderick. He chips it forward nicely. He's got Rideout with him. Slides it over to Rideout. Rideout's got two players looking to shoot off of a leg. Rideout gets the puck again, tries to go back to the point. Broderick picks it up, spins away from the check. Still works hard out of the corner, brings it out, takes a shot, going upstairs, and it's over the net, into the mesh for a whistle.
Even with the score 6-0, the Miro's made some nice saves. Again, he's had 25 shots on goal. Been a busy, busy boy.
So, Jeff, question since we've got time to talk. We talked about habits. I can't help but think, great as it is for you to run your offense the way you want to, unencumbered, that it can't help but develop some bad habits or maybe some overconfidence as to what you're doing when it comes to your next game, which will certainly be a much harder game if there is one in a semifinal.
Yeah, at this point, from a coaching perspective, you're just going to want to work on the plays that you have established. You want to really keep good habits going on, though I recognize what you say. If it winds up being a little bit easier, that bad habits can creep in on occasion.
It has to. If you're playing 3 periods like this, and if it continues the way it is, and I mean, they keep coming in, and Amero can't stop everything. There's likely going to be other goals. I mean, Digby's still looking for their first shot of the game. And right now, it's a win when they get it out of their own end. There's a quick shot. That one just sails wide. Puck on the other side. Going to be chipped out of the way by Elderkin. Once again, hot potato in the corner. Weir, no place to go with it. Chip forward.
And that's a positive. They were able to move the puck instead of just blindly kicking it out.
There's our first shot on net. There it is. Ord with the first shot on net. Chip forward. Coming in now. Across the goaltender. There's a shot. No! Slides off of the stick of Brandon Rideout, and he was unable to get the shot off. Back in the corner. Another nice move to get away from a check. Get some help. There's a quick shot. Just wide. Digby gets the puck out. That's not going to have enough to make it all the way down. That won't be icing.
One of the issues that you identified in the first game with Bayview, though, is that they want to be able to move it via the pass, not just the individual effort, because it does seem like they individually would be able to break down Digby, but you'd like to be able to play a little bit of that team game, because, again, when you start playing better competition, individual efforts will only go so far.
Team defense will catch up to you. Now, if you funnel them to the side, you get some help, and all of a sudden you've lost the puck as you tried to individually go through everyone. Rivera again comes in, slides the puck over, and that one just goes off the post. The rebound goes wide. I was about to say what a great goal for Mansfield, but he couldn't quite finish. A great pass from Rivera. Mansfield again with a shot. That one rips high off the glass, and Dasher back into the corner. 6:40 to go in the second period. That pass in front, knocked down nicely by Longmire, keeping it behind his own net. Bohaker's going to come away with it. Big check there by Digby, but that's going to send them to the box. Cross-checking.
And as we were talking about it, that was a really nice pass by Elijah Rivera. Excellent, where we wind up seeing it on the replay.
And a great move by Mansfield, right? A lot of times as a goaltender, you're expecting on a pass like that for it to be the one-timer. When you're laterally sliding over and the person takes it the other way, it's impossible to get back. Another power play opportunity for the Sharks. Quick shot off of a skate. Manzer's going to chase that one down and backhand it up over everyone down the ice. That Longmire backhands it in. That's going to be shot number 2, or at least it should be. It was right on net. Breaking it back the other way is McNeil. McNeil with a shot. Nice save by Amiro. Coming back, that's McNeil again. Tries to get it in front. It's knocked away. On the other side. Slide in front. Quick shot. Opposite. Score! And it's Captain Andrew George with the 7th goal, a power play goal for the Bayview Sharks with 5:49 to go in the second period.
As we talked about, that was an opportunity for them to work on their power play, be able to move the puck around, see what they could get. Again, the puck comes clear on the backhand. He's able to park it in the back of the net for Bayview's 7th goal.
Face off, knocked down nicely by number 6, Brandon Rideout. Thrown down deep into the Mariners' end. Rideout still has it, comes out front, takes a shot. That goes off a leg. Here's a shot. Net is, I think, glove pass.
Yeah. Yes, if Bayview has opportunities, what they'd like, from a coaching perspective, you'd like to be able to see that nice setup where they wind up having some good passes, some pinpoint, quick passing, be able to get some good shots on goal that way. Hey, individually, that's fantastic that you're going to wind up being able to make some moves. You're going to want to see some of that on occasion, but still, you'd like to see some of that setup and some passing.
Especially when you've got skill at a lot of positions for Bayview. They don't need one individual or two individuals to carry the load for them. They truly do have a good team, and if they play like a team, they'll be better as a team than they will be individually. Back to the point, skips over the stick of Jacob Depew, but he comes back to chase it down. He carries speed through the middle, makes a nice move, gets away from one but not two. Back to the point, there's a shot, glove save, Amiro.
And there's a situation, again, where the defenseman carries the puck into zone. Sometimes you're just going to want to set up from there. Because, again, if the puck turns over on a really good team, that puck can be going back in that other direction very quickly on the counterattack. So sometimes, again, you have the opportunity to get in the zone, capture the zone, but then set up.
And we've seen a couple teams in this tournament so far use the counterattack as their main offensive weapon. They stay in the game because of hot goaltending. All of a sudden, a bad bounce comes, and they counter, and they take advantage of the opportunity they have. And Digby actually, until this game, has really been doing that. They've been outshot in the games, but when they've had opportunities to score, they've actually taken advantage of it, and they've kept games closer than the shots on net would indicate they should be. Pass out in front, that goes off of a stick. 4.5 minutes to go in the second period. Back to the point to Morrison. Morrison with a long wrist shot, knocked down in front. And Longmire is going to bring it out. Slides it over to Manzer. Manzer goes hard on the boards. Getting there first is Morrison behind his own net. Lots of room up the middle, and he slides a beautiful pass to Murphy. Murphy will carry it up the far side, chips it into the far corner, looking for Mansfield to get there first. Good work by Titus getting there instead. Back up. That's going to be picked off. Oh no, bad opportunity. Quick shot. Nice save by Amiro. Pass back in front, and Titus gets there. Manzer has it. Manzer and Longmire. Manzer comes in, slides it to Longmire. Longmire moves to the middle, tries to get it over to Manzer. Can't quite get there. Manzer and Bohaker couldn't get the stick on the puck. And looked like at least a nice setup and the seed of a nice play for the Mariners. Knocked down out of the air nicely by Ord into Longmire. Longmire makes a move. Here's an opportunity. The shot off of a stick and wide.
A couple of good opportunities there for Digby. Like you said, a seeds of plays. Unfortunately, not able to come to fruition in quality scoring opportunities, but a little more jump there for Digby here in this the final 5 minutes of this second period.
Come back the other way, Andrew George. That lead pass, rough but tipped forward, so there's no icing. Brock Ord goes hard off the boards. Is going to be held in by George. George with a shot, redirected just wide. Weir fights through a check, tries to go forward with it. Throws another check, trying to lodge the puck loose in his own end. Puck comes out. Goaltender chips it to the point. There's a save. Digby looking to clear it. They can't. Amiro slides and gets the stick. And I don't think he enjoyed getting his glove hit on. Goes back and does a little bit of a push.
And I think you're exactly right, is that he did not like the fact that again, we're talking about a 7-0 lead. Who winds up taking a slash across his goal hand.
And that slash was to Bailey Abide, or from Bailey Abide.
Nothing comes of it. 2:39 left to go in the second period.
Unfortunately, those are the types of other seeds that get laid that all of a sudden something could come of it later. And not that it should, and Digby can't afford to be losing anyone for any reason, but we have seen less cause more. Digby kicking the puck up to the line and just out. Slid back in, tagging back up is Bayview. That pass goes off of the body of Broderick, and he slides it back into Rivera. Rivera gets it back to the point to George. George with the wrist shot, save, rebound. Backhander scores. And it's number 8. I think it's 8 again. No, it's 9. I was calling 8, 9. I don't think even Declan's here. It's number 9, Aiden Broderick with that goal.
Nothing that Jackson Amiro could do on that. Really nice backhand shot up into the top tier of the net.
Longmire pushes the puck through, tries to skate around the check of George. Fighting for it on the board. George relentless with the stick, trying to push it forward. They get it to the point. That was a 8-0 no call.
Interference?
Yeah. Coming back the other way is George. George gets it in. Quick wrist shot. Glove save, Amiro.
Yeah, at this point, most likely, what's happening on the bench there, the Bayview Sharks, is there a little discussion probably. It's, hey, fellas, if the puck's covered up, let's not go after it. It's not like it's a 1-0 hockey game.
We don't need that extra goal.
Yeah.
Let's pop a few more in the third period to gain all 5 points, score a bunch.
But, yeah, the last thing you'd want now is to get chippy. That doesn't do any good for Bayview at all.
That's right. They don't want to lose a player for the next game with something that could be a retaliation for an initial chippiness from the other team.
Or you just get pushed over, right? You wind up having a minor injury over something that's silly.
Coming back the other way, Bayview gets the puck in. Digby gathers the puck just outside, sliding it over to Weir. Goes off of Weir's stick, back to the point. Bouncing puck gets into the corner. Picked up by Mansfield. Mansfield rings it around. It's going to be stopped at the point. There's a shot towards the net. Digby picking it up. Can't get that third shot in. Chipped up to Mansfield. Mansfield, Garrison's speed through the middle. Fires it in behind the net. Comes around the other side looking for Murphy. Murphy gets it in deep. Puck laying there. Bayview first to it. There's a quick shot off of a stick and wide. Coming back again. 27 seconds to go in period 2. Pass out front goes off a Digby player. Can't get the backhand out. Second attempt finally do. That whistle was because the
door was open?
Door was open and the puck hit that open door. Even though the puck didn't go in, it took the bounce that shouldn't have happened. 13.6 seconds left in the period. Shots on net 36-3 in favor of Bayview. Tangling up is Longmire and Reeves. Longmire just standing there waiting for everything. And there's the horn. Longmire shouldn't do something silly with the puck right now. So once again, our score after 2 complete. The Bayview Sharks 8, the Digby Mariners no score. On behalf of everyone here at MC Media, we'd like to thank you for joining our streaming coverage of the Timber Cup. We're going to take a break while the Zamboni cleans the ice, and we'll be back for third period coverage of this game. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back, hockey fans, to MC Media's continuing streaming coverage of the 2013 Timber Cup. We're coming to you from the Yarmouth Mariner Centre in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. A full slate of games yesterday, a full slate of games today, and tomorrow we'll have the semifinals and finals. This is one of those semifinal important matchups for the Bayview Sharks as they're looking to score some goals here in the third period and take all 5 points from this game, putting pressure on both West Kings and Yarmouth in the game that's coming up in 2 games, I think. In 2 games. No, the next game. Coming down right after this in the importance of who's going to go forward. Bayview totally dominating the Mariners over 2 periods, Jeff.
After the second period, Digby Mariners need to be goldfish.
Short memory. No memory.
No memory. That's exactly what it is.
You Ted Lasso person, you.
So for the Ted Lasso fans out there, they need to be goldfish and have no memory.
And you can't see it here, and nor should you, but my partner is staring at me to come on, get that reference. I dare you. And I did. Chip forward. Once again, that's right out in the corner. Gets the puck to Rivera. Rivera with a shot. That one sails wide. He had a lot of steam on that one. Coming back towards the middle. Broken up by Longmire. Clean ice, which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing for the Mariners, but being at least in the dressing room and getting a little bit of an actual breather, that should go a long way to at least in the first 5 minutes. The big push for the Mariners, let's have a good 5 minutes to this period. Let's try to actually get some offense. We're probably going to die out again at the end of the period, but let's at least try to do something early.
Yeah, they don't want to have happen what happened in the first period there where they gave up a goal on the first shot of the game.
Circling back in front, stick there. That shot. I'm not sure if the goaltender got a piece of it. It went up into the mesh.
Having a little discussion about it right now as to where the faceoff's going to take place.
And the goaltender did make a save as the faceoff is to his right. Full marks to Jackson Numero in a thankless position right now with the team that is dead on their feet and certainly not putting their best effort out, realizing where they are in the tournament and just trying to get out of this period.
And that would have been the discussion, certainly from a coaching staff. Let's go have a good, as you mentioned, first 5 minutes. Let's have a good first 5 minutes forward. Okay, another puck up inside a player.
So the other thing that's going to happen for those of you that are just joining us, because it is a 5-goal or more lead in the third period, we've got straight time here in the third period as a way of a mercy rule of not prolonging the misery for the Digby Mariners. That also means if there is a minor penalty, a 2-minute penalty becomes a 3, a double minor becomes a 6. Coming back the other way, that's Reeves with it. Blocker save, rebound, cleared aside and out. The other thing that could sneak up, though, with a lot of whistles, is Bayview's going to want to put one in early. Because that time, when it's straight time like this, can creep and creep and creep. And before you know it, you're down to the last few minutes. You're trying to get those full 5 points, which is more important, honestly, than running up the score.
And what we've seen already is Amiro does cover up the puck when the shot is there to give his defense a chance.
There's a chance in front. That's knocked away nicely by the Digby defense. Back to the point to Reeves. Reeves fakes a shot, comes in, takes a shot, redirected right into the midsection. Nice redirection in front by Spencer Mansfield.
And in the same vein, Digby Mariners, if they have a couple of things to work on, this would be the time as well. You don't think about the score. You work on what you've been practicing. See if you can put that into effect here in this third period.
Pass in front, there's a shot. Amiro doesn't know where it is. This time, Bayview doesn't jam at the pads. They pull away as it's semi-covered up.
And it's a difficult call again from the referee's perspective too. If the puck is free there, you know, do you whistle it quick? Recognizing as well, as you said, a goal is important here right now, early on for Bayview.
George with a shot that sails high, up to the other side. Coming out with it, Bayview chipped away and out of the zone. 11:34 and counting to go in the game. Andrew George with it. In through the neutral zone, gains the blue line, has a person in front, tries to do it all himself, and it's slapped away at the last minute by the Digby defense. Drop pass over to Rivera. Rivera has good wheels, comes in. Nice pass in front. Beautiful pass over to Abide. And Abide easily slips that one in. There's that all-important goal that we know the Sharks knew they needed to get. They wanted to get it out of the way as quickly as possible. They didn't want it to become something hanging off their shoulders late in the game.
And good team play. As we talked about before, Bayview, they're going to want to be able to do that, make some nice passes. And that was a beautiful pass by Elijah Rivera.
Weir gets it in deep. A little bit of play in the Sharks' end. Height comes in to try to force the play. Can't get it by. Back to the point. Held in nicely just at the last minute by Murphy. Slid in front. A little bit of play in the Sharks' end. There hasn't been much in this game. Breaking right back the other way is Rivera. Rivera, hard hip check along the boards by Cameron Titus. He'll bring the puck out, try to chip it forward. Depew goes cross ice. Nice tic-tac-toe up to Rivera again. Rivera 1-on-2, no one to pass to, gets rid of it. Coming around the other side for the wraparound, and it's a goal. And that's number 3, Alex McNeil with the 10th goal for the Bayview Sharks. Amiro's going to want that one back. He didn't quite get the pads together. I think it redirected through his open pads on the wraparound attempt.
And now Bayview's feeling pretty comfortable. They've got a couple of goals here. You wind up in the game, we've only had 3 shots on goal by Digby. You know, I would expect that they're going to wind up lengthening their bench. Some of the guys that haven't played a lot are going to get a chance to play quite a bit.
Beautiful individual effort this time by number 6, Brandon Rideout, taking it right off the face-off, going around the outside towards the net and going upstairs. And once again, we say, because of if they had won their first game and they knew they were in this already, I don't think we'd be seeing this. But unfortunately for Digby, that goals for, the amount of goals they actually score could very easily come to play depending on what happens in the Yarmouth West Kings game. And honestly, depending what happens to the Yarmouth West Kings game for Bayview, it could happen that Bayview is out regardless of how many goals they score.
Just as a team, you don't want that to come into play.
Ord loses the puck behind his own net. Bayview comes away with it again. Slid forward. Longmire. That one's going to be nice stick there by Garrett Bohaker. Andrew George comes back. He backs up into his own end. That pass goes off of a stick. Back towards the middle. Chipped forward nicely by Mansfield. Mansfield around the outside. Goes around the back of the net. Looking in front. Waiting. Back to the point to Depew. Depew with a shot. Pad saved by Amiro. Manzer on the other side. Tries to chip it out. Can't. One-timer. Nice, beautiful slap shot by number 11, Spencer Mansfield. Top shelf over the blocker, just underneath the post and crossbar.
I've seen sometimes in tournaments like this, what you'll have is, from a coaching perspective, you'll be saying, okay, fellas, we want good puck control. I want to see you move the puck around a lot until we wind up having the perfect shot. So, you know, we'll see whether that kind of plays into this. Again, 12-0. You know, I don't know how many goals we'd be expecting in that next game with Yarmouth and West Kings, but
that one's back along the boards. Digby trying to get it out, and it looks like they will. Weir trying to slide it over to Elderkin, not there in time. Good active stick, and Elderkin gets it again into the Sharks' end. Skating it down is Ben Keefe. He'll slide it over to Depew. Depew goes up the line. That goes off of escape, but is picked up in center ice nicely by Mansfield. Mansfield zigzags through the team. He's going to be hooked, and so adding insult to injury, we're going to have a hooking penalty against Digby.
Again, which, you know, I don't think you'd be putting your top power play line on right now. You'd give some guys some opportunity to move the puck around. we'll see what happens.
.610 and counting. Face off one. Sharks go back down. Let's see if they just play keep away. Probably not, because it's not what they've been doing. Digby gets it, firing it down the ice. Josh Morrison behind his own net, carries some speed up, lead pass up to McNeil. That goes forward once again to Abide. Abide taken out with a nice hip check along the boards by Titus. Manzer and McNeil behind the net. McNeil comes away with it, hangs on to it, pivots away from trouble, slides a saucer pass in front, and Amiro's going to find the puck and cover it up with 2:11 and counting. Face off one again by the Sharks. Quick shot, that sails high. A lot on that one. Morrison keeps it in. Has it again. Opportunity, big slap shot. Save, rebound sitting there, and another save. Amiro can't find it, but his defenseman does, and he fires it down the ice for a shot on net. Manzer hacks at it back down. 1 minute and 30 seconds to go in the power play. 4:47 in the game. Bringing the puck in now is Abide again. He goes to his left, tries to go upstairs. Nice save, and Amiro finds the puck and covers up the rebound. Every face-off is another 15 or 20 seconds off the game and penalty, so I would be covering up whenever possible.
And he has. That's been a common thread for him, is that if he gets a chance to cover up the puck, he does, hoping that Digby can win a face-off.
I think Digby has one too many men on. I think Digby has too many men on.
Yes.
Still need to get rid of one, guys. Count them up, folks. Count them up. There we go. Manzer's going to go off.
Yes.
Mind you, this is a great way to waste time. Breaking into the middle is Rideout. He loses control of the puck. Good work there by Digby. Not as much pressure being put on right now by the Sharks, thankfully. Andrew George brings the puck up. Nice lead pass out of his own end, carrying good speed down to Rivera. He cuts to the middle. Nice shot pad saved by Amiro. Rideout on the other side. Sliding it along. That's George with it to the middle. Digby gets it. Can't get it out, though. Coming back in's Rideout. That shot. Nice save by the defense. Getting in front of that puck is Brock Ord. Longmire has it. He's by himself, but he has some good follow-up there by Weir, who'll chip it in. Digby does kill off that power play, or kill off the penalty. Breaking back is Andrew George. He gains the blue line. Stops. Slides it behind the net. Trying to find Rivera on the other side. Rivera just slides it back the other way. Lots of time for Digby to come out. Make a move, can't get by. Backhand pass. Stepping in front of that pass, though, the Digby defender. And they're able to get the puck out of their own end. Breaking in now. Nice move towards the middle. Quick shot. That one sails high. Back into the corner. Approaching the 2-minute mark in the game.
Again, you said you don't want to be developing bad habits here, but I might have them gain the zone and see if they can set things up. Make some passes, see if they can't move the puck around, have good control of the puck.
Nice pass over to Elderkin. He tries to go through the defenseman's skates. He'll have nothing to it. Longmire has the puck taken away from him by Depew. Depew overskates it, gathers it in again, and off we go to the races for the Sharks one more time. Not as much hustle now in the last minute and a half. Digby, as much as, I think if Digby were to hold on to the puck behind their net, the Sharks might be, nope, they're not. I'm saying they might be just as bad, but you don't want those bad habits to happen, but in one sense, you just want the clock to just finish running here. Brock Ord with an opportunity. There's a shot. Nice save. We haven't called Harris's name that often in this game. That's only, I think, the 4th shot.
Probably a little bored down there. Minute left to go here in the hockey game.
And the puck did get in the net. Not really sure who got that one, but it did pop out of Amiro's glove. I think he was being hit at just as he was trying to grab it. And that's going to be goal 13.
I know some folks that wouldn't be happy with scoring that 13th goal. Here you wind up seeing it on the replay. The puck went high. Oh, yeah, past him, was unable to get the glove on it.
Another shot, save. And it's number 11, Spencer Mansfield, with the goal. Coming out with it is Rivera again. Rivera with the shot. Nice save. Puck bounces up behind the net. That's going to be a penalty. That's exactly what you're looking to keep away from if you're Bayview. Another shot, covered up.
Yeah, and you don't want to touch the goaltender now with seconds left to go and 13-0.
And a cross-checking penalty in the game that means absolutely nothing as Bayview comes away with the 13-0 win over Digby. So I'm going to try to do some quick math here. Bayview now with 2 wins and 1 loss, and they now have 10.5 points. So here's where it all comes down to, Jeff, for the next game. Bayview sitting, they're done now, round robin over, 10.5 points. West Kings with 1 game to play, 9 points. Yarmouth with 1 game to play, 8.5 points, again against each other. 5 total points are up for grabs. I'm just trying to think 2.5 and 1. Yeah, it is possible for Bayview to not make it through, depending on what happens in the Yarmouth West Kings game, which is to follow.
Well, simply for Bayview, they want a clear win by one team or the other.
That's all they need.
Yeah, they just need a clear win, and then they're in.
That's right. One team to actually take control of the game and make it through from start to finish. That's what Bayview needs. Bayview certainly a very strong team. Deservedly, they should be in a semifinal, but that's not the way tournaments work. They had their chance in game number 1 against West Kings. West Kings, a very strong team. I think Yarmouth is going to have to play much better than they did in their earlier game today in order to come away with the points that they need to move forward and get into a semifinal.
Yeah, for Yarmouth, they're also looking for a clear win. For them to move on through, again, they don't want to get into too many tie periods here when they're behind.
And a clear win by either of them gets them the number 1 seed in
their pool.
Which would get them against Team 2 on the other side, which will not be an easy feat, but it probably will keep them away from Par-En-Bas. We have some player of the game announcements to make.
Player of the game for the Digby Mariners goes to number 31, Jackson Amiro.
Number 31, Jackson Amiro. 50 shots on goal. Gets the player of the game honors for the Digby Mariners.
Player of the game for the Bayview Sharks goes to number 11.
And number 11, Spencer Mansfield, player of the game award winner for the Bayview Sharks. So we'd like to thank you for joining MC. Any final thoughts, Jeff, before I sign off? That's kind of hard in this one. We probably talked enough. On behalf of myself, David Doucette, my partner for this game, Jeff Holmes, I'd like to thank everyone for joining MC Media's streaming coverage of the Timber Cup High School Hockey Tournament. We're going to be back in a short amount of time for a very important game between Yarmouth and West Kings that will determine the Pool B number 1 and number 2 seeds moving into tomorrow's semifinals. We hope you can join us for that, but until now, talk to you later.